Yo, 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 yo. We're back. If you've been watching us, listening to us, if you're watching us, welcome. This is your boy Chris J. You listen to 30 from the Ring. This is the wrestling portion of the pod. Got the boy Trail Sav here.
Yeah, I haven't watched anything in wrestling. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yo, that's crazy. And then we got Tyler here.
What's up?
All right, so with that said, Datros hasn't been watching wrestling. I literally had to do a binge of last week over the past couple of days myself.
Now, let me say this. I've been watching, but I haven't been watching. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's hot. You know what's
hot. I know what's hot. But I haven't sat there. Like, I know Odyssey Jones and New Day got a storyline. Am I watching that match? No. But I know they got a storyline. So.
That is crazy. But before we even get to the WWE side of the wrestling portion, we're going to have to do our favorite. Has AEW done anything or doing anything? And they are right now in London? Prepare for Wembley at All In. Is it All In or is it All Out time? Help me.
All In.
Yeah, All In. So, which by the way, All In is not going to be at Wembley next year. They've been relegated to go to Dallas, and Dallas is B-level stadium, by the way, which that's unfortunate. But either way, they are in Wembley this week preparing for their All In pay-per-view. We're not going to predict this card, but we are going to look at this card, or at least the highlights of this card, because they probably going to balloon the hell out of this card for no reason, just to justify certain things, because that is what AEW does, and make people feel good about being at pay-per-views they don't deserve. Because as of right now, this is a 10-match card, and half of these matches don't belong. But the highlights that we will talk about is MJF and Will Ospreay, Mercedes versus Britt Baker. Dear God, this card is ass. And Swerve versus Daniel Bryanson. Swerve and Daniel Bryanson, and what will probably be deemed as Daniel Bryan's retirement match. Jesus Christ. Let's just highlight the fact, let's just talk about Swerve potentially getting. How did this even occur? Whose idea was to let this man get Daniel Bryan's Let me get this right. Retirement match.
I ain't gonna lie, it probably was Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan don't love himself.
I think it will. I think this got all to do with Daniel Bryan, to be honest.
Yeah. So, just to kind of, there's supposedly rumored, like with wrestling journalism, you only get rumors. But his contract ends supposedly. His contract
it's already up.
It's already up.
He's going into the pay-per-view with no contract right now
at this point. And Daniel Bryan intends to pretty much, he wants to stay with the company just as a insider role, which I respect. I respect that. And suppose he needs neck surgery.
Yeah, it's time to sit down again, bro.
Good. Anyways, man's needs neck surgery, performing in this match. It's supposed to be his retirement match. Why? And this main thing going to this storyline that I've been peeping is that Bryan acknowledged that he's been a loser in big title matches, and Swerve is just bragging that he gets to retire Daniel Bryan. I don't like this situation at all. I just don't. I don't like the Cornball brother getting the right to retire Daniel Bryan, one of the GOATs, even though this is a stain on his legacy. But one of the GOATs. I don't like the fact that he's potentially going to lose this match, even though I feel like it'll be hilarious as hell if he does win this match and then proceeds to retire afterwards. I would love that. Please.
Yeah, because that means he done lost both of his technical retirement matches or go away matches, because Roman put that nigga to sleep.
He did put that nigga to sleep.
Chair told that nigga out the company. But yeah, it's like I understand like he wants to do better. He wants to do this, for the business, to help him. But I'm not gonna lie, like it's not one of them situations where I think it helps the guy that's supposed to go over. I don't think it's don't really do much for Swerve. Like, yeah, it'll say it on his resume, if it really is the case that he's gonna step away. But it's one of them situations where it's like this is not the right time. It's not the right person. It just don't. It don't look right to me
at all. It goes back to, if you're gonna, it's like you choose to retire, or you're probably forced to retire due to various reasons, and based on where you at, it's like it's not going to hit the same. It's like it's if LeBron was for some odd reason relegated to the Chinese basketball league and he's retiring there. That just doesn't sit right in my heart. That Shanghai, no offense to Shanghai, gets to see LeBron retire and play his last basketball ever in a professional setting instead of the NBA. That just don't sit right with me. So Daniel Bryan, one of the best ever of our generation, I'll just be in our generation, possible keyword retirement match, because wrestling retirement is a very loosely word. Ric Flair being a prime example. Him retiring here against the guy who cool, still a cornball brother, but he cool. It's not going to do much for him because it's a guy who probably should be having that title anyway. Better than him is
because that's the thing. It's like he's gonna beat Daniel Bryan and retire him, and then he's probably gonna lose to his next opponent.
Or will finish next to opponent.
Because
while still not having much cachet as champion.
Yeah, it's like it just don't hit. It's not hitting for neither of them.
Yeah, because I just say for Swerve himself, okay, you beat Daniel Bryan, who has a history of not winning big major matches in this company. Then what? What do we do from here? Because
who do you become after that?
The guy who retired Daniel Bryan, but that's nothing in this company. To me, at least booking wise, let's put it that way. It's the name.
It just don't make sense.
It's not the Yes Movement Daniel Bryan. It's not even the Earth's champion Daniel Bryan. So it's like, what are we doing? It's not even ROH Daniel Bryan. So what are we doing here? It's like, come on, man. But we'll see. I would love to see an incredible Swerve, pun intended. But we'll see what that loser who wants to glaze Warner Brothers Discovery to give him money. But hey, anyway, let's go ahead and go to WWE. We're 2-3 weeks past post SummerSlam. I know we didn't record since SummerSlam, but pretty much what occurred. We'll go from some significant storylines that's been going on. Let's just get the bloodline stuff out the way now. So bloodline cinema started at the end of SummerSlam when Roman Reigns made his grand return. We was all happy to see Roman come back, and he pretty much Superman punched Solo for disgracing him and proceeding to spirit a man and let Cody do his thing. We go to SmackDown. Cody pretty much dropped bars on Solo. Said, "Hey, G, you ain't it, and you're not done." Him. That was a very Cena type thing Cody did to Solo. Like, I want no parts of you. You lost. Deal with your cousin. That's where you go. See you later, Bucko. That's what I loved about that. It was like, I'm done with you. He hit him with legit. I'm done with you. Bye. So, which had me in tears. But end of SmackDown, Solo says, "Hey, Roman, bring your ass out here," and Roman literally runs roughshod on everybody's favorite Tongan, Tongaloa, and Tama.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was waiting for him to mess up in some way in that segment, and that's kind of sad. Because didn't Roman throw him into the steps, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I honestly thought that nigga was gonna miss the steps. I really did.
He rolled over the steps. No, like you gotta remember, he does.
That would have worked. That because sometimes that happens. But if he would have threw you into the steps, you know how like they hit the steps and then flip over it.
Yeah,
like that could have worked. But if he threw him into the steps, like slide in position, and you missed the steps, what is wrong with you?
He would have got fired on the spot. But anyway,
he might not be here because he wasn't here on Friday.
They said they put that man in the closet. They said they threw him in the closet and stay there, bro. But yeah, so Roman runs roughshod on the bloodline minus Jacob. By the way, Jacob he was hurt, but not hurt as he sold it for SummerSlam. So following week on SmackDown, still we move on. Solo calls out Roman again. Roman comes out. Him and Solo brawl for a bit. Then the others come out. And guess what? Everybody's favorite Samoan comes again. It's their second favorite, but their favorite Samoan comes again. Jacob returns with a walking boot and kicks the hell out of Roman, and that leads to them beating the hell out of Roman, technically writing him off. Because if you thought they were gonna have a match at Berlin, you was out your rabbit ass mind.
No, they saving that. I think Berlin has more than enough where they don't need him to have a match. Now, if they have like some type of segment, I could see that. But even that's
more likely gonna happen. They're gonna have a segment. But they definitely was like, "Hey, ain't no way." Rome was like, "I ain't going to Berlin. I'll go to Atlanta. I ain't going to Berlin. Dude. I'm good. Have fun." So they're more like gonna get a segment. I wouldn't even be surprised if they try to get involved with the bloodline stuff. I mean, with Cody and KO in some capacity. But overall, that was a fun beatdown. But once again, the Jacob Blazing was just disgusting again. It was just disgusting.
Roman was selling really well for him, though. So it's a sign that they do want to do something with him. Roman, but again, like just the fanfare around, it's like y'all gotta chill.
Like people say, I never seen a super kick that good before. I'm like, nigga, stop.
All right, come on now. Like we're not gonna sit here and like we ain't seen Shawn Michaels and Dolph Ziggler give the best super kicks ever.
Like, bro, stop it. If he cool, he raw, but stop. But anyway, so moving on. That's the end of the bloodline situation. So, Trell, your thoughts on the bloodline, the current cycle of bloodline cinema? I know you muted yourself.
Crypto, I brought my tool in. Fourth quarter. Why the fuck is Tongaloa in?
Simple as that. All right, so moving on to the second biggest storyline right now, and that is the fall of the Judgment Day, or the fall and the recreation of the Judgment Day. By the way, the funniest thing somebody said was the Judgment Day ratings as a stable on 2K went from a smooth 88 to an average of 77, and I cried. I was like, dog, y'all, why? But because I'm like, look, I don't. Tyler, you had to do the math and try. Like, you can still recreate stables, right?
Yeah.
If you can, just for like later purposes, just throw it in the group chat. What is the new Judgment Day's average rating on 2K? I don't even know.
That's just because I don't think that they updated themselves. You just have to remove,
I know
Rhea and Damien from the group.
Yeah. Remove Rhea and Damien. Is Carlito on the game?
No, he doesn't come in. He's gonna be in the next DLC pack, I believe.
Okay, you gonna have to wait a minute, but either way, well, no.
Even still, Carlito at best is probably gonna be 71, 72.
That's crazy. Yeah, they probably is a 77. But anyway, so SummerSlam, Rhea Liv open up, great match. Dom betrays Rhea, which we all saw coming. Which shout out to Dom becoming an even greater heel than needed to. So first betrayal. Afterward, Damian wanted to kill Dominic. He was like, "Where's that little pipsqueak at?" No, but he called him something worse. But I'm just using safe word.
Oh, great.
There we go. So then Damian's match against Gunther. By the way, I apologize for saying that match. I had no interest in that match. That match was fire, and my respect for Damian as an in-ring worker has literally increased. He shows up. He showed up.
Damian, I ain't gonna lie. Like I think that they really do see him as one of those guys now.
No, they do. I could tell. And plus, like, for him to low key like work with Gunther in that manner, made the nigga titty bleed like different. Like
he did.
Like he did. No, like on some pause, like he did. But like it was hilarious. But he matched Gunther, and look, you don't get that at all. So, Finn comes out and he did his betrayal, and literally Damian said, "You know what? I don't care about this belt. I want to rip his neck out his socket." He said, "F this belt. I want to kill him." And Gunther was like,
"Well, you going to sleep?
Night night." Which, by the way, when did Gunther add choking niggas out to his finishes?
He been had the rear naked choke.
Who did he choke out? He had to choke somebody out.
Bro,
I think he was using that back in NXT.
It's the ring general, nigga. He can do whatever he wants.
He was using that in NXT. I think he choked Matt Riddle out one time.
Okay, that's all I need to hear.
That nigga slapped Matt Riddle toe almost tap out.
He tapped the shit out of Matt Riddle.
He chopped his ankle, his barefoot. This is disrespectful to my ring. You come here footed. You don't come here barefoot. You put something on your feet. But either way, I was really trying to remember who he choked out before, but he had to choke somebody out in a minute. Either way, choked them out, and Damian was like, "Look, I don't care. I still want to kill this dude." So moving on to the next night on Raw, Damian and Rhea wants all the smoke. They started giving the smoke. They definitely was on their ass. Then following week, still on their ass. Where we had
they got beat up though.
Yeah, no, that was this week they got beat up.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, last week. The
all right,
they pretty much was on their ass.
Yeah,
they ducked them pretty much, and then. But last week on Raw, Liv and Dom had their little segment opening up. Rhea comes out, and then they were in the crowd. No, Rhea was out. Then Dom and Liv popped up in the crowd. Damian popped up behind them like the angry father, and literally that's where we had a fun backstage brawl, which we don't get a lot of. I miss a nice, really good backstage brawl, and because there was a lot of chaos going on, like people were jumping over stuff. That was a lot of chaos, and I loved it. But you still move on, get a little more story going on. Like pretty much, it's just Dom saying, "Look, man, I just want to feel like a man," and I get it. He said, "You made me feel like less than a man." It happens. You gotta speak up, man. He spoke up for himself and said, "Hey, he said, I want to feel more like a man."
He said, "I want to do the bending this time, man. Let me do the bending."
Literally, that's all he said. He just wanted to do the bending instead of being the bender. Then it led to a bigger heel turn. That's probably gonna be the name of this. Dom wanted to be the bender. It's crazy, but that's the name.
I don't know if Dom can ever turn face again.
it will have to take a lot of work.
He will have to save his father from dying.
Somebody legit
on
has
TV.
to beat literally. It has to be like Ray getting like his head crushed, Great Khali style, and Dom coming out to save him. That's the only way. That's the only way at this point. Ray has to literally be getting legit lobotomized, and Dom has to be the one to save him. That's the only way at this point. That's the only way I can really see Dom really getting out this how big of a heel he is right now. So anyway, so this week, once again, they have who Damien was fighting somebody, wasn't
it? It was supposed to be Damien versus Dom. No, was it Dom or no? It was Carlito. You know they had
Carlito this week. Okay, see, look, because he only fought in the underlings. See, the dudes was rated 72 on 2K. Anyway, so he was fighting Carlito, and then it just turned to them just getting jumped at that point. And either way, Liv ended up getting the upper hand on Rhea, beat the hell out of Rhea. Just seeing all four dudes at Judgment Day just beating the hell out of Damien is crazy. I would say this, Judgment Day does a good job jumping people. Like, we don't get jumping. Like, the last faction that really did a good job jumping people was Undisputed Era. Like, yeah, their jumpings, you felt like, dang, I'm really getting jumped. Like, they legit.
I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Carlito too, because like it kind of felt like at one point he was getting bounced around in between groups, and like I think he really kind of found his way back in the E with this group.
Yeah, like
he fits a role, but it don't have to be the most serious role.
Yeah, like he's silly, but also just he knows he's the jobber of the group. But I'm on the biggest faction, and I'm cool. You know? Plus, Carlito's better as a heel.
Always better as a
heel. So even like he just has that natural punchable face. It works. But yeah, so that's where we currently at. Plus, right now we're getting the terror. Oh, Damien and Reyes calling themselves the Terror Twins versus Dominic and Liv at Berlin. Should be a fun match. Should definitely be a fun match. I expect Judgment Day involvement regardless. So that's going to be a very fun, interesting match we're going to get. Next major storyline will be pretty much Cody and KO. What's going on with that? We're pretty much slowly seeing the East KO's heel turn, where he's probably going to brutalize Cody.
Which needs to happen. I think KO's been face for a little too long now. Yep. It's always good with a heel
being face, and plus Roman being a face, you kind of need to balance things out a little bit. So.
Yeah.
So that's going on. Nothing. I think that storyline's really going to take its turn this week on SmackDown, because you kind of really need to settle in that KO's heel again. Especially in the lead up to it, because KO didn't want the title shot just given to him. He wanted it earned. So, and Cody said, "Hey, I need the prize fighter back." I'm like, "Oh, so you want me to be an asshole?" Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay, I'll give you that, buddy. So then we have Randy versus Gunther, where Triple H said F the draft rules, but it's Randy Orton. And Gunther pretty much has been very disrespectful to the family of Orton, which he's not lying. Besides Randy being disgraced, Randy is the face of that family. Yeah. Nobody cares about Cowboy Bob Orton. I don't even remember what his granddaddy does. So
his granddad was a wrestler too, but I don't remember his.
Nobody cares.
Yeah,
nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Grandpa Orton.
And Gunther Lee said, "I'm about to just beat you to a bloody mess." So this ain't like you kind of really need to add a stipulation to this match to make it more fun, even though you don't need it. But if Gunther says he's gonna lead you a bloody mess, you gotta let him leave you a bloody mess, G.
Well, no, I think that this, outside of giving Gunther a legit opponent for his first World Heavyweight title match defense, this also is a catalyst for Randy's descent back into a heel as well. I definitely think it's leading back into that. He's gonna send him back to SmackDown, a little disgruntled. I think he probably helps Cody out with something, maybe one more time, depending on if Bloodline get involved with something again. But after that, I think Randy, before the year is up, I think Randy turns heel again too. Because again, you have Cody and you have a face Roman now. You don't need both KO and Randy to be faces neither.
Yep, man. Randy, I think, is overall better at the just better.
Natural.
He's just more natural, and plus, it's just gonna be more fun, especially just him terrorizing Cody as a heel. So, then let's go. Oh, the Y6 and American Made. That storyline is going places as well as pretty much the Y6 has consistently made life hell for Chad Gable and now his friends, the Creed brothers, making their lives hell. They beat them in a 6-man tag match, which, by the way, really good match. Shout out to them. Dexter Lumis, great work. Really great work. Even though he got that weave in his head. I'm sorry, he got that weave in his head. But I think next week on Raw, so very clear who's not going to Berlin. We having Chad Gable versus Uncle Howdy, aka Bo Dallas. So we'll see where that goes. That should be a very fun match overall. That should be a really good match.
Yeah, I honestly like this feud a lot. I think I like when we get these group feuds that don't involve like titles and stuff. Like both groups are still new, so they're both trying to establish dominance and just character overall. So I think these are a good first feud for both of these groups. I think Wyatt 6 probably wins the feud, but with Gable and them, being the heels, it doesn't hurt them because they're gonna, have to use more dastardly tactics and stuff to win these type of feuds.
Definitely agree.
Or matches, I should say.
Yeah. And I would say the last, main really good storylines that's going on is what's involved with the New Day right now. As they've been dealing with Karrion Kross and the KKK.
It's also time to pull the plug on that, by the way. It's time.
That's where I'm like, we're getting to. It's time to wrap it up because I'm like, especially after this
it's not working.
Happened. But
I need Yakum and Sock'em just to, body slam that nigga Karrion Kross, send him to NXT or something. He'd do good at NXT. Send him to NXT.
Look, just so that man.
I think they need another divisive heel down there. So
you trying to have Trick Williams deal with Karrion Kross. Gee, remember what Karrion Kross did to Keith Lee do? You look at Keith Lee now. He's still standing in the back for the Hall of Fame right now. This day. Just sitting there. So we don't know what's going to happen to a black man going against Karrion Kross. But, New Day. Wait, Bobby Lashley. He left the company. Karrion Kross is a curse for niggas. We'll see where things go. But with that said, the New Day with teases of a split up because,
which I told you.
Look, man, I'm a firm believer. I don't think they're breaking up. You just want to draw that emotional tie with it, and this is a good way of doing it by introducing a somewhat of a new member with Odyssey Jones. One, it gives him something to do.
Yeah.
It gives him something to do because that man was drafted last year and nobody cared. 2 years ago, nobody cared. That man was in legit purgatory. Did nothing. So, with that said, you have him do something significant. He helps them get over the Karrion Kross issue. So, God bless, move on from there. Now we really enter to see will this lead to a breakup or will it lead to them embrace? Well, more Xavier Woods embracing somebody, or will it just lead to Odyssey saying, you know what? I don't like you little niggas. I'm about to use you guys as my stepping stool, which could help Odyssey Jones.
Mm-hmm.
He's already wearing Mark Henry-esque ring apparel. That would be really interesting to see if he really said, "No, I'm using you guys as a stepping stool instead of you guys using me to improve." Yeah, I'm just using you guys, which would be a fun way to twist it. And plus,
nice swerve.
Yeah, nice swerve, and then you build up a guy as well. So we'll see where things go, but it's a nice little storyline. But I just need also niggas, specifically niggas who are wrestling fans. Y'all don't need to at Big E and saying they doing wrong, especially because I'm pretty sure they would have cleared this with him. They don't need to. I'm pretty sure they cleared.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's aware of what's going on.
Exactly. The man literally does pre-shows. It still does volunteer work with the company. So it's not like, oh, they just said, oh, well, we're replacing. Like, no. I'm pretty sure he's cool with it. He even vocalized it in a tweet because I'm pretty sure he knows how weird you people are. And said, hey, the guy looks good. He's cool. Which, by the way, Odyssey Jones, for a big guy, cool guy. Like, he ain't doing nothing substantial, but he's cool. So, be easy. 110. So, but that's really
going back to backtrack to SmackDown, just to kind of highlight it, because I really think that they really got to start putting more effort into the tag scene again. Like, it's good that we got the the new belts. They finally split them and everything, but we really need like that flair that the tag team scene used to have. Like, because last week, the number one contenders match for the WWE tag team titles, DIY versus Street Profits, that match was really good, and it shows like when you give those teams time to really cook, like they really get busy. It was a really good match. Street Profits won, so we're getting Street Profits versus various Samoans. I think next, if not this week, next week.
Just get them belts off them, because we had to see Tongaloa hold the belt like an idiot. I didn't want to say the other word, but like an idiot. No Child Left Behind failed him. Like that really, like that like I like, you don't understand. Like Triple H had to see that. It was like, nah,
you're not finna disrespect these new shiny $100 million belts that we done put together.
Told Jacob out there with a walking boot, please. Bad that is.
Because it was so weird because Tama Tonga came out with his belt, and I'm just looking like, so why don't they just get that's another thing I think they should do when they do these groups and stuff. Use the Freebird rule. If they got the belts, use the Freebird rule, which I think they are, because they put it on what's his name, but what's his name, Solo should have just came out with the other belt. Yeah,
but Solo pretty much, he don't want to be the tag champion, but I get it.
He got no choice.
Oh, he got no choice.
Because another thing I think that they're teasing is some slight dissension, because it was kind of weird with Solo's backstage promo before they walked out. He was talking to Tama Tonga about whoever holds the Ulafala, is the tribal chief. You gotta listen to him. So if Roman gets it back, y'all gonna have to listen to him. But
just one of them weird things. I was like, I get where you're going, but it's okay. Because either way, we know
I could kind of see them switching gears at some point if they build it the right way, where one of the other guys ends up telling Solo, get to the back of the line, like, you ain't it. But it's all speculation.
It'll be just Jacob, honestly. But at this point, get that one eye missing dude off my TV screen. Something like that. That's all I ask.
It's Camacho, man.
It's Camacho forever. Like, at the end of the day, that's who it is, and that's who it will be. It's Camacho forever. But that's pretty much it. Nothing else really going on wrestling wise. Like, once again, the TV, like SmackDown, them promos going to USA starting. So, like, remember that SmackDown's going to USA probably another month. NXT starts on
NXT starts on October
1st. And those tickets for Chicago show is still available on sale.
Punk is gonna be there.
None of the seats I see, I kind of like. So, tell me, I'm going to a wrestler show. I'm not sitting in nosebleeds, and I don't have no money.
But wouldn't the NXT seats be a little bit closer anyway, since they got a smaller setting? Or do you think they're gonna give them? It's gonna be a bigger arena since it's gonna be in a major city.
They're gonna use that whole arena. It's Rosemont. They're gonna use that whole entire arena, like they normally do. So outside of like the little where the Titantron be, they're gonna use that entire arena like they normally do. Especially because you want it to look good on your first one. You're on local TV, so you got more access to ratings. You want to look good on TV, unlike the company. So you want to make it seem like it's a big deal to the new viewer. Like, oh, even though this is WWE, these guys, people really rock with these people. That's why they're going to throw Punk and Randy on the first 2 episodes. You really want to make it seem like a big deal when it comes to it. So I get it. Why they're using Rosemont. So yeah, like it makes tons of sense. And they probably will go on tour a lot more too. So shout out to them. Either way, be on the lookout for that. I definitely do want to try to go because those seats is not that bad. Like I'm seeing them prices really good deal. So definitely gonna look into it depending how things look within the next couple of weeks. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. We appreciate you guys for watching and listening. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to whatever platform you're watching us on. Share, let the people know you rock with us. Threes from the Ring podcast. Follow us on Twitter at 3S from the Ring. Follow the Facebook page, like, comment the Facebook page as well. Thanks for rocking with us. It's your boy Chris J. Peace.
Peace.
I'll put with you.